Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into the Real Psychic Investigators, and my name is Nehru. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and get into a new psychic investigation reading for you investigators. Okay, again, I remind you, meditation on your cases is extremely important, and jotting down the synchronicities that you see throughout the day is important. So if you're seeing 313, 222, 444, 414, 144, 77, 777, 721, 919, 918. Okay, pay attention to the synchronicities. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you so much for all of the love that you show the channel. We're picking up steam, collective investigators. We're picking up steam. Okay. 3 new subscriber public account shout outs. Okay. And again, for our new subscribers, I like giving public shout outs, or I like giving shout outs for our public subscribers and the notifications that I receive. So, Jaden, welcome to the journey. Welcome to this collective. Crystal, welcome to this collective. And Victoria, welcome to this collective. Collective and investigators. We have emperors and empresses here in this collective. We have healers. We have light workers, star seeds. We have extraterrestrial beings. We have Palladian star seeds. We have Lumerian star seeds. We have Atlantis star seeds. Okay. Okay. And before I came on, I heard "as you wish." Okay. When I was clearing my throat chakra, I heard the words "as you wish." So there's something about a wish fulfillment. Okay. On top of the 2 stacks, we are looking at the names Samantha and Jonas and the spiritual deity Sekhmet. Okay, Sekhmet. You could be seeing cats, black cats, okay, or black and white cats. All right. You could be one that is drawn to, or they're drawn to you. One of the things that unique about high vibrational energy, okay, notice I did not say people. One thing that is noticeable by animals and children are high vibrational energies. So you could be one that children are naturally drawn to. Okay. I am here in Da Nang, Vietnam, and the other day I was at the grocery store, and a gentleman had his little daughter with him, and he was holding her, and she was probably 2. Okay. And I was looking at I don't know. I was looking at something. I don't know. I was looking at body wash, or I don't know. I was looking at something, and I turned around, almost bumped into them because they were standing behind me. And I just turned around, and she had on this little bear, like this little bear snuggie thing, right, with the ears on the top. And I just turned around with her cute little face, and they were Vietnamese. They're Vietnamese, and she just turned, and I just smiled at her, and she like reached her hand out towards me. And again, you can see the giddiness in my face. So children are drawn to high vibrational energies. Children are drawn to those. Again, those who are born who are autistic and Down syndrome and that sort of thing, some of it could be karmic curses in their bloodline that they need to walk out this lifetime, okay? But I've come to understand through my ascensions, meditations, and esoteric travels, conversations with Erevat, that is the divine source. If you want to know where the name Erevat comes from, check out the Book of Enoch, okay? The books of Enoch, there's more than one. On Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel, on that channel here on YouTube. I've shared those. If you go to the playlist, you can find, I'll just share it. I'll share it in the community tab, okay? I'll share links to the playlist in the video tab, or in the community tab. But Erevat is the name that is above all names. You want to know why that name isn't in the Bible? Look it up. Aravat, okay, is the true name of divine source. All right? So, Jaden, Crystal, Victoria, as you wish. Let's go ahead and get into the energy. All right. We currently have, okay, I keep saying that 4s are significant. Currently, right now, before I press record, we have 404 subscribers on the channel and 1488 videos posted. 1488. That's 444, okay, and 404 subscribers currently. Thank you, Divine, for the synchronicities. All right. So, Samantha Jonas, Sekhmet. Let's get into it. All right. Let's get some zodiac signs, shall we? Okay, we have a Taurus energy. Okay, bull energy, Taurus. Okay. Also, investigators, collective, as you journey, okay, esoterically through your meditations and things, okay, you might want to start jotting down images that you start to see, because these are ancestral beings, extraterrestrial or otherwise, okay, and so here, and this is back in February of this year, okay, back in February of this year, okay, here is one of the beings that I was connecting with or what have you, okay? And their hair, or what appeared to be their hair, was cut like that. It was split on both sides, like a mohawk down the middle, and then on the sides they had hair, okay? So, okay. No one else has to understand your illustrations, okay? All right? Like an artist, no one else has to understand, okay? It's for self-interpretation, okay? So next we have a Taurus, and now we have a Gemini. Those are back-to-back zodiac signs. Taurus, Gemini, okay? Someone could be a cusp, okay? On the Taurus, Gemini cusp, like May 19th, 20th, 21st, okay? And we have a Scorpio, okay? So, Taurus, Gemini, and Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay. Also, collective, okay, for you. Investigators, you can, for your cases, you can listen to whoever you would like to. But collective for you, there are, I call them readers, okay? So there are readers on YouTube that have never gone through a spiritual ascension or a dark night of the soul or an ego death or anything. They just study tarot and they just read the cards, and they do a good job of reading what the cards say, okay? But they have not gone through the process, okay? And so after today's live, because my energy is always, as I am an advocate, my energy is always to protect, okay? And so if you're listening to someone, you might want to ask them in the comment section, have they been through the dark night of the soul, or have they had an ego death or ascensions and that sort of thing, okay? And then use your own intuition and your spirit guides guidance as to whether or not you want to follow those individuals. I can't tell you to or not to, okay? But Billy Carson, okay? So, Billy Carson is someone who has a lot of knowledge, okay? A lot of knowledge. But has Billy Carson gone through the ascensions and dark nights of the soul and things like that? I don't know. I think Billy Carson just has a lot of knowledge, okay? And that's the difference, okay? That is a difference, all right? So let's get into it. Again, someone's names could be Billy or Carson. Johnny Carson, okay? All right? So thank you so much, Divine. Let's jump right into the tarot. Thank you so much, Divine, for all that you are. Okay, let's start with the angel numbers. They're like jumping. All right, let's start with angel numbers. Synchronicities for the investigators, for their cases, for the collective, Divine. Okay, synchronicities. Also, after this reading, It was 10 minutes exactly on the video timer when I looked over there. After this reading, I will probably be taking a couple of days, just again, because I've gone through recent ascensions as well, okay? And so I'll probably take a couple of days, a day, who knows, okay? To, yeah, just for self-care, okay? You need to do that, okay? Oh, we're going to look up Marla Gibbs' number. Marla Gibbs' number. Ooh, somebody wants your number. Someone's looking up your number. Someone's looking up your number. Okay? I could give you my number now, but you couldn't call it. Okay? So, all right. Also, for those of you who have connected with me on Instagram, thank you so much. There I am at The Encourager 333. Okay? And I don't post a lot on Instagram, at least not yet, but I've not had any connections over there either. So that could be part of the soul tribe that is getting ready to grow for you as well, collective, okay? Some type of social media growth, okay? I said 777, okay? All right. All right, so we'll take a look at these. We have 0440, we have 777, we have 1717, and we have 1122. Someone could be born on 1122. Investigators, the 171st day of the year could be significant for your case. The 77th day of the year could be significant for your case. The 4th or the 44th day of the year, or April 4th. Okay, that's an Aries. Okay, someone's name could be Joshua, Lee, or Parker. We've looked up Parker McKenna's information before. Yeah, so. Hope you're enjoying your day, whatever it is that you are doing. Today is Friday, right? Today is Friday. 7:31. Yeah, Friday. Okay. All right. So there's something about an author, something. Okay. Current temperature here is 76 degrees. It was 81 today. That was the high today in Da Nang, Vietnam. 81 degrees. Don't be jealous, America. Don't be jealous. Or wherever you're listening from where there might be freezing weather. Don't be jealous. 81 degrees, 8-1. Speaking of fours. All right. First out. Time for a new start and a resurrection. As you wish. 1327 on the video timer. As you wish. 777. For good luck, there's no such thing as luck. It's preparation meeting opportunity. So if you want your divine partner, if you want your divine inheritance, if you want whatever it is that divine wants for you, has for you, whatever you signed, contracts you signed before you came here, you have to do the preparation, and then divine will bring the opportunity. Until then, the same lesson shows up wearing a different pair of pants or a skirt. Do you know what that means? So today you're dating John. John tried to show you who they were and who you were, but you didn't believe him. So you left John because John you couldn't deal with that. And then you started dating Marcus. Marcus turned out to be much like John. Why is that? Because the same pair of pants keeps showing up in your life, miss, until you get it. Men, the same skirt keeps showing up. You wonder why you keep going around the same mulberry bush. Man, these sorry ass women. Man, these sorry ass men. No, that's not what it is. It's you. It's you. It's you. Okay? Your sacral's unclean. You haven't taken time out in between relationships to cleanse your energy. Okay? You just go from one to the next to the next. Oh, that didn't work out. Okay, we fucked a couple times, and then I'm going to get back on the dating website, find somebody up. The same type of spirit is going to continue to show up until you get the lesson. That's no lie. Good luck or purpose, meeting opportunity, or preparation. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. You'll come out winning from everything that may come your way. It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share. Yet you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. Collective. Those of you who are motivational speakers, healers, okay? Yeah. All right. On the other side of the 7/7, hold on. Yeah. On the other side of the 777, this keeps coming out here. This could be the doctor that birthed you. Ooh. So through my third eye, I saw something today. Okay. I'm looking at the Apophis card. Okay, for darkness. Apophis. That is Satan. Okay? That is Satan. Apophis. Okay? You see how long that snake is? Okay? That's Apophis. Okay? That's the number 34. Okay? 34, Apophis. All right? So, all right. Through my third eye, I was looking in, it wasn't a birthing room, but the room where they keep the babies in the little bassinet type, little plastic bassinet things, right? And there was a woman who took a child. So someone's a birthing nurse, or is that what they're called? A birthing nurse? Something, whatever. And it could be a man, okay? It could be a guy. Men are nurses, okay? Again, Thomas Weichart, okay? And my psychic investigation study with George W. Bush, the very first video, in fact, that was the only video on this channel for a long time, okay? Before I started doing psychic investigation readings, okay? And this female switched these babies, okay? They were in these little bassinet things right next to each other. She wrapped one baby up, put one baby in another, put other baby in another, right? And you know they have their names on them, okay? And so they don't draw blood and compare it to the mother's DNA every time they go in there and get a baby and take it to their parents, but they should. Or some type of screening, the baby's thumbprint, fingerprint. They need to have some type of system in place. Okay? Same thing when a mother checks out. Okay? When a mother checks out of the hospital, fingerprint the baby. Yep. Okay. Yep. And fingerprint the mother. Yep. Okay. Okay. You could have been switched at birth. Okay. Harold. Okay. Harold Washington. Let's look up the former mayor of Chicago, very popular. Harold Washington. Chi-town, sweet home, Chicago. Harold Washington. Okay. Harold Lee. Oh, I said someone's name might be Lee. And guess what? He's an Aries that lifetime. He was born 4/15. So Aries confirmation. Okay. Aries confirmation on the 4/4. All right. Harold Lee Washington. Okay. All right. Born in Illinois in 1922 on 4/15. Passed November 25th. Okay. November 25th, during Sagittarian season. That might have been Thanksgiving that day in 1987. At the age of 65, Chicago, mayor of Chicago, 83 to 87, representative, 81 to 83, Illinois state senator, 77 to 80, and Illinois state representative, 65 to 76, Democratic Party. Went to Roosevelt High School and Northwestern Pritzker School of Law, DuSable High School, and Northwestern University. Someone you know could have went to one of those schools. Nancy Finch, he married in 1942, divorced in 50. Parents are Roy and Bertha. Bertha, Big Bertha. Okay, that's a golf club brand or something. Okay, Harold Washington. Okay, when we were in Illinois and I was a kid, he was the mayor of Chicago. I never personally lived in Chicago. Okay, but yeah, for brown people, he was the biggest name in the state. Okay. Next. Oh, Marla Gibbs. Thank you very much, Divine. Marla Gibbs. Marla Gibbs. Marla Gibbs. Okay. Marla Gibbs. Let's take a look. Do you know, and you can put your comments in the comment section about this. There's a ringing. Hold on. Okay, so Marla Gibbs is someone who didn't use her legal name when she was in Hollywood, or, when she was active. She's not, I don't think, very active really today, okay, at 94, okay? But she is one of the women who, if I could pick a mother based on what I pick up from them, Marla Gibb, or actually Margaret Teresa Bradley, investigators, all of those names, Margaret Teresa Bradley, along with Marla and Gibbs. She would be one of the ones that I would pick to be my mother. Okay? Always seems very down to earth, very assured, just very even-tempered, and also someone who doesn't take much junk. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the one we know as Marla Gibbs. Oh, she was born in Chicago too. Investigator, Chicago, Chi-Town. Chicago, 6/14/31. Okay. She's 94 today. Active in Hollywood since 1973. Okay. Florence Johnston on the Jeffersons, Mary Jenkins on 227. Okay. Regina King. Hey, Regina. That's how I greet Regina. Okay. Shout out to you. Continued healing on your journey. Okay. I hope that you continue to connect with Ian in the esoteric. Okay. That is her son. Okay. Jordan Gibbs. Ooh. Regina King. Regina King. Ian was your parent in a past lifetime. Regina King, she probably never heard this, but Regina King, Ian was your parent in a previous lifetime.
According to Wikipedia, Regina Renee King is an American actress, director, and producer. She has received various accolades, including an Academy Award, a Golden Globe Award, and 4 Primetime Emmy Awards. In 2019, Time magazine named her one of the 100 most influential people in the world.
I didn't press that. It was under, it just came up. It just started talking. Because I do not know who my divine masculine is, I'll remain conservative on my love towards her, okay? Because I don't know who my divine masculine is, okay? And that doesn't mean I want her, okay? It's a spiritual thing, okay? Again, I hope that she's connecting with Ian, her son, who's now ascended, okay? And helping her from the ethers, okay? So spouse Jordan Gibbs, 1955 to 1973, okay? Children, 3. Relatives, she has one whose name is Susie Garrett. Susie Garrett, investigators. Garrett. Okay. Miles Garrett. Okay. Marla Gibbs. Margaret Teresa Bradley. Margaret Teresa Bradley. 2550 on the video timer. Okay. So, yeah. Next, Harris Harold. We have drama alert. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options. So, Two of Swords energy, consider your options, and 7 of Cups. Okay. My back is tweaking. That is definitely something in regard. That is definitely something in regards to ascension symptoms. Okay. Again, that's why I'm going to be taking some time for myself. All right. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity, it is pretty quiet right now. Okay. There was a helicopter circling several times overhead today. Several times overhead. Okay. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. Okay, again, recovery time. Okay, that's necessary. Also, divine is leading me to speak about the sacral, men and women, investigators, both you two, okay, collective. Divine is leading me to speak about the sacral very quickly. So, we have some cards in here that one says healing wand and one says healing cat. Okay. If you want your sacral, okay, whichever one you have, okay, you want your sacral energy, your sacral chakra to be cleansed and become a healing energy for your divine union coming in, okay, first you have to stop fucking. Okay, you have to put it away. Okay, chastity belt. You got to put it away. Okay, you have to be celibate. Okay, you have to be. Okay. And then that coupled with your ascensions and other things that you obey and as divine guides you, grounding yourself and that sort of thing. All right. You can turn something karmic into something divine. Okay. So you could have been a prostitute. Okay. I'm reminded of, there is a reader on YouTube and she's not on very often. And in fact, I spoke something against her, like, I don't even know, a year and a half ago or something. And I told her that her channel was going to be deleted and it got deleted off of YouTube. It's a true story. And she's back on now. And I'm glad she is, again, because it's not personal. Okay. But again, when karmic ass motherfuckers, or you know what I mean? You got to correct them. Okay. And I'm not saying she's karmic, but I can't remember her name, but she was a prostitute. Okay. Before her ascensions and awakening. Okay. So someone here could be a prostitute currently or was. Again, that could be one of you, collective. If you've, Lord knows you got to change, baby, change your evil ways. Okay. So something about changing your evil ways. Divine source. Tarot on corrupt doctor. Okay. Tarot on intervention. Tarot on the new start. Tarot on Harris or Harold. Okay. 777. Whoa. So we have the Fool card. We have the Wheel of Fortune for fate. Something that is written. Again, your Akashic records. Okay. So we have fate. Something that is fated. Fated, not faded. Okay, you could be smoking a little bit and be feel a little faded right now, but fated. And on the intervention, this landed on the intervention. So someone in this energy, yours, is needing an intervention. Okay, they could be in a room with cushioned walls. They could be in a straitjacket. They could be in a psych ward. That could be where they spend the rest of their days. Someone's in need of an intervention. And if they don't get it, they're going to go. And I mean physically go. So someone needs an intervention. Okay? It's possible you could be called to heal former enemies. Okay? Once they come clean. I posted I'm talking a lot. I posted in the community tab a quote book from Bruce Lee. Okay? Bruce Lee. Another Lee. Harold Lee. Lees. Okay? And it says mistakes are forgivable if the individual is willing to admit them. So there could be some who are coming back, okay, because they realize the error of their ways, and they're going to come back, reach out to you somehow, some way, and they're going to apologize. I am very much open to that. Okay, don't be scared. Okay, you come forward with honesty and truth. There's nothing to be fearful of. Approach the throne boldly. Okay, all right. There's some fraud going on. Surprise, investigators. Okay. All right, we have some initials out here. OPKLBMWW. Okay? OPWWBMKL. It could be MB. It could be LK. Okay? It could be PO. Okay? Purchase order, police officer, power of attorney. Okay? He's not working late, ladies. Okay? I guess there could be homosexual men in here, but he's not working late. Okay. Also, in talking about cleansing your sacral and it becoming holy and divine and a healing energy for you and your mate. Okay. You can't have homosexual or lesbian activities. You can't do that. That is not honorable. Okay? I don't care if Queen Latifah's doing it. I don't care if Niecy Nash is doing it. I don't care if Raven Simone is doing it. I don't care who's doing it. Just because them motherfuckers got money, that don't mean them motherfuckers upright. You can have money and go to hell. Can I get an amen? You can have money and go to hell. These letters. Investigators. Okay. Someone fled overseas, and we are looking at a great shift. A great shift. Okay. Collective. %, maybe more, I don't even know. 70% of the way your body looks is because of what you consume. 70% of the way your body looks is because of what you consume. 70%. Skinny, fat, fit, wide, slim, tall, cellulite, none, lean, chunky, whatever it is. 70% or more of the way that your body looks is based on what you eat. It has nothing to do with the gym. Nothing. I don't go to the gym. I haven't been to a gym in weeks. I mean, months, actually. Months. My last gym membership here in Vietnam was 3 months ago. It's what you consume. Okay? So, there's something about a great shift. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts. Okay, so again, Three of Wands energy, looking out and observing what you've accomplished, what you've done. Also, this could be speak of Eight of Pentacles energy. Okay. Then expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. 1122. Okay, again, investigators, 122nd day of the year or Sagittarian. Okay, could be January 12th, collective. Okay, that's a Capricorn. Next, on the 0440, remember who you are when you get where you're going to get. Remember who you are when you're going to get where you're going to get. Don't forget, because you know what? In Hollywood, there's a whole lot of karmic ass shit to pull you down. Okay? A whole lot. Okay? So typically, when you walk into a bar, typically, you're not going to convert the bar and stop everybody in the bar from drinking. Typically, you'll end up having a drink. So remember who you are. And obviously, there's nothing wrong at all with having a drink. Don't let religious ass people tell you that there is. And overindulging is the issue. There's nothing at all with. You can have a glass of wine every day if you want to, until your ancestors or whoever Most High tells you no, not today. Okay? All right? So remember who you are, because that is what got you to where you are. Okay? All right. On the 0440, we have the gut feeling for intuition. We have relating values. We have perception. Okay? Love. Okay? Follow your gut feel or follow your gut. It's more than a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Remember, you must also bring value to the table. Treat others with respect, or else karma will bite you in the ass. 3 is a crowd. Okay? So this also speaks to keeping things to yourself. Don't tell everybody where you're going. Again, when you get the money, when you get the house, when you get the new car, don't go back to old friends who you haven't spoken to in years. Don't go rolling around the old neighborhood. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back over them and show them what I got. No. You'll end up going back to that neighborhood and getting shot, robbed, or worse. Don't. Okay? Stay in high vibration, even with the money. That's what most people in Hollywood fail to do. Okay? They get the money, they go buck wild, and they turn into P. Diddy. Or Jada Pinkett Smith or Will Smith or, some other karmic, low vibrational, sacral, nasty ass, polygamous or polyamorous individual, such as those that I just named. Okay? So, let's go ahead and get some tarot and put along with it. Okay? And we have the World card out here. Woo, 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 woo. Collective, what is going on? What is going on? Wow. What is going on? What is going on? You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool card, and the World card out here. Wow. Something's big in the works. Something's big in the works. Okay. On top of Sekhmet and Lavina Lynn Johnson's murder is being hidden by superiors. Lavina Lynn Johnson's murder is being hidden by superiors. That's a JAG case, Judge Advocate General military case, okay, that they're lying about. Temperance, Sagittarian energy. Patience. Some of you might need to do that. Okay. Next. Okay, so someone in this 8 of Swords energy Okay. Could be the same individual, collective investigators that needs the intervention that is also depressed. Okay. This individual could have gotten news about, again, some type of warrant. They definitely got some type of bad news here. Okay. All right. Some type of bad news. Again, that could be that could be of someone passing. That could be of an illness. Okay. All right. Next tarot card. So the 8, the 9, here's the 9 of Swords. Confinement, restriction. We got the Sun card and the 10 of Pentacles, people. Let me pull out all these major arcana here. Let's go ahead and... Wow. Look at this. Look at this. You don't even have to understand tarot. I mean, this is... Wow. Look at that. Woo, something big, big. What's happening, Most High? What's going on? Wow. Ancestors. Cha-ching. What is going on? Sun card. Okay. And then, okay. And then we have the 4 of Swords. So something happened fast for someone. Someone's downfall was fast. Okay? Like, so today, right, they had money in the bank, owned a house, had a car, everything was going well. And 2 weeks from now, boom. Now they're filing bankruptcy. Now they have no money. Their car stopped working. Their children are sick. Their spouses died. Their spouses in hospice. They're in hospice. Like someone took a steep and sudden decline, sudden, like swift, from the 4 to the 8 to the 9, swift. Let's go ahead and place these in the stack and see what it is that divine reveals to us through these. Man, this is, I don't know if I've ever done a reading where all of that has come out at one time. Wow. And I'm getting... Wow. Woo. You are going to need to tell someone, collective investigators. You're going to have to tell someone. All right. Man. Woo. Looking at Rodney Dennis. Looking at Wilmer. Rodney Dennis. Oops. Okay. Rodney or Dennis. And Wilmer, someone's name could be Jackerson, okay, and they go by some other name, okay? Someone could be from Honduras, okay? Someone could be from Honduras, okay? Someone could live in the Atlanta area, okay? So, like Dunwoody, like, I was in Atlanta for a little while for an employment opportunity. I was a tax accountant for an engineering firm and a waste management company up there in the area of Atlanta. It starts with a B. It's very prominent. Lots of highly influential people in the area live there. I forget the name of the area, but it's around Atlanta. Okay. I was there for 6 months. Originally, it was going to be 2 years. Okay. I was up there with someone whose name is Quentin. That could resonate for you, investigators. Quentin. Okay. All right. So we have FBI. I'm talking to you. I said polygamist. Okay. So we have the Fool card. Polygamist. FBI is investigating a polygamist. FBI is investigating a polygamist. Okay. And we have reversed spell work. Return to sender, return to sender, return to sender, right? Times 5,000 with vengeance and a sword. Okay. So there's a polygamist. A polygamist is a man that has many women. A polyamorous individual is a woman who has many men. Okay. Both are holes. Both are holes, investigators. All right. So FBI, confirmation on the FBI investigation into a polygamist. Next, your best friend is sleeping with your spouse. Okay. For some of you, your best friend is sleeping with your spouse. Okay. This doesn't have to be a literal spouse today. This could be someone from your past. Okay. They could have been sleeping with them when they were sleeping with you. This is why it's so important to cleanse your sacral and not go from relationship to relationship. Okay. When I was dating the doctor, the last relationship I had in 2022 before I left Florida, okay, and began my Job experience, before I left Florida, she didn't break up with me. I broke up with her, okay? And I told her that I wasn't ready for a relationship yet because I knew I was still getting over the Scorpio, okay? I knew that I was not, I knew that emotionally I just wasn't there, okay? And for all I know, she could be a setup too. Okay, again, Jennifer Willis, pediatric nephrologist in Orlando, Florida. From Chicago, Illinois. Jennifer Willis. Investigators. Your best friend is sleeping with your spouse. Again, current or past. Okay? Get ready for your Kodak moment. Get ready for your Kodak moment. Okay. Whoa, what was over? Oh, no, thank you. Okay. All right. On the world card, okay. So when you come on the channel, and you can still use the name if you want to, but again, if you want the full blessing of the ascended masters, you have to adjust them properly. Okay? God is a title. That is not their name. Their name is Erevat. And you might need permission to even use that name. Okay? Ask divine if you can use it. Okay? But Issa, I-S-S-A, I-S-S-A. Ooh, I'm going to give a shout out right now. Ashley Evans, Divine Enlightenment. Ashley Evans, Divine Enlightenment. I'm going to give a shout out right now. Man, it's getting hot in here. So take off. Oh, not yet. It's getting warm in here. I'm going to have to go turn on the air conditioning here in a minute. It's getting warm. I want to give a shout out, okay, to someone who is a truth speaker, okay? Okay, and she has 2 channels, okay? She has 2 channels, all right? Cosmic Enlightenment, okay? And Divine Goddess Enlightenment, okay? So I will show you one of her channels, okay? Here's one of her channels, okay? Her name is Ashley Evans, and she published a book called The Unpolished Diamond. I don't get anything for saying this. I've never had a conversation with Ashley, but she's true. She's true. Okay? Divine Enlightenment. Okay? For all you know, collective, your divine masculine or feminine, whichever you are not, could be someone who already has a YouTube channel, is a spiritualist, already functioning in their truth, okay? Already on their journey, okay? But Issa, okay? So if you use the name Jesus, you get Jesus blessings. If you use the name Issa or Yeshua, you get I just got ancestral. You get ancestral blessings. So do you want Jesus blessings, or do you want your ancestors and the ascended master blessings? Issa is an ascended master. Okay, that is Yeshua, Christ. Christ is the Christos. That is the spirit of divine source. That Christos that flows up and down your back. We went over that the other day in a previous video. Christos. Look it up if you want to know more about it. Okay. All I do is speak the truth here. Okay? And that's not bragging. That's just saying. Okay? And that was on the New World. So Issa and the Ascended Masters Collective are ushering some of us who are on this timeline. On this timeline, you can't get there by rushing it. Trust me. Trust me. I wish last year had come. I wish the year before it had come. But I was not. I was still angry, bitter, needed to go through ego deaths. There was all sorts of things that needed to be cleared up out of my energy. And if you go over to Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel, when you listen to some of those videos, you will find out, he wasn't ready. I was in rage. Okay. All right. So now that all of that's done, okay, some of you are going to be placed in the Witness Protection Program. Okay. Some of you are going to be placed in the Witness Protection Program. An egg cleanse is a very good way. I might need to do that. If you want me to demonstrate an egg cleanse here on YouTube or on this channel, on YouTube. If you want me to demonstrate an egg cleanse here on YouTube, let me know in the comment section. Okay. Egg cleanse. That is the most common cleanse that I do aside from burning sage. Okay. An egg cleanse. I do those, on the regular basis. Okay. Next, on top of egg cleanse, okay. So again, cleanse that energy that went from the 4 of Swords to the 8 of Swords to the 9 of Swords. A fast downfall, right? So it could be just like that. And that could be a heart attack. That could be a diagnosis where they go from doing fine and they find out that they have advanced stage 4 cancer. I mean, it's like, it's swift downfall. Okay, decline. That's the word I'm looking for, decline. Okay. On the 8 of Swords, we have Ptah, okay, the Egyptian architect, okay, the ancient Egyptian architect, Ptah, P-T-A-H, okay. I am Lyri, L-Y-R-I, okay. When Ptah and the ancient Egyptians were here, I, at that time, stood as the temple of Ptah. Yes. And that is L-Y-R-I, Lyri, okay. What does this say? Oh, your fallen twin flame or soulmate is dying of karmic illness. Okay? Twin flame or a soulmate is dying of a karmic illness. So what does it mean? It doesn't have to be a lover, someone who you were in bed with. Okay? Again, Stephen Lee Parker at the Rock of Central Florida was a soulmate of mine. He was born on 11/26/64. I was born on 11/29/74. That's 10 years, 3 months. 10 plus 3 is a 13, okay? But he didn't want to awaken. Again, Steve, you might be one of those individuals who wants to reach out to me. You have my email address, okay? Kaylee, you have my email address. Kim, you have my email address. Matt, you have my email address. Joshua, you have my email address. Investigators Collective, any of those names could resonate for your journey, okay? So it doesn't have to be a lover. Okay, your parents could be a soulmate. Again, shout out to Regina King and her being the child of Ian in a previous lifetime, who she gave birth to this lifetime. Give me just 1 second while I turn the air conditioning on. All right, stop the camera. It was 54:02. Is that 122? Let's take a look and see. All right. So the number 27 is significant. 27, you could be 27 years old when you're listening to this. Okay. Next, we have the name Melinda. Okay. Melinda could be the fallen soulmate. Melinda could be the fallen twin flame. Okay. Or Melinda, you are going to find out about a soulmate or twin flame, some lover, again, doesn't have to be romantic, that has fallen into a karmic illness. Okay. On the other side of, or we have the Sun card. So this is truth right here. This is pure truth right here. And there was a click. Thank you, ancestors. The victim left written proof. Okay, so there's a victim that left written proof. This could be Lavina Lynn Johnson, and JAG is keeping this away from their family. Someone left written proof. Lavina could have a journal. Investigators, Lavina Lynn Johnson could have a journal, and there's proof in there of the individual. There was a click, okay, who murdered her 20 years ago. Also, shout out Tamron Hall. Shout out Tamron Hall. I said Quentin. God damn. I looked down there and there it is. I looked down. Wow. Bam. Quentin. All right. Sun been shining down on them. Karmics. Sun is shining. There's plenty of light. Oh, new day's dawning. Sunny and bright. But after I've been crying all night, new day seems old and something is cold. Since they lost their baby, since they lost their baby. Next time they'll be kinder, next time they'll be kinder. Fate, okay? McMillan. Okay? All right? Congratulations. Okay, I posted that song by Vesta Williams in the community page where she's congratulating an ex, okay? And she's still calling them baby, okay, in the song. But collective, if you walked away from karmic lovers, soulmates of any sort, it could be a coworker. It could be a business owner. Okay, someone who you were very close with at some point in time is what a soulmate is, or you felt a high vibrational connection with. You ever meet someone and be like, I feel like we've known each other our whole lives. That could be an indication of who this soulmate is that has fallen off the wagon. Congratulations. Okay, so someone thought it was going to be them, but it's not. Okay. A purpose lying, investigators. I don't need to tell you that. Okay. We have the Pelican brief out here again. We have the Pelican brief out here again. Okay. All right. These names. Okay. So the Pelican brief on temperance. Okay. So a law firm. You could work at a law firm. Okay. Someone is a paralegal, an attorney, a court clerk, a mediator. Yeah. Okay. On the other side of temperance, we have an HVAC specialist. Okay. That's heating, air conditioning. Okay. Heating, ventilation, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, HVAC specialist. Someone could have gone to a trade school. Okay. Witchcraft killed Jessica Aber. Witchcraft killed, again, there are cards in here that haven't come out in a year. Witchcraft killed Jessica Aber. If it wasn't true, it wouldn't be out here. Okay, this could be the former administration in the United States, the former presidential administration in the United States. Okay, witchcraft killed that U.S. attorney. Yes, it did. Okay, she came to me right away. Soon as the news was announced, she was there. Soon as the news was announced, she was right there. I don't even know where I was. I might have been in. I think I was already here. Let's take a look at Jessica Aber. Let's take a look. Okay. Oh, no, I was still in Arizona. I was still in Arizona. Okay. So Jessica Aber, that lifetime, my nose is itching. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jessica Aber, born 9/9/81. Check out the synchronicity on that bad boy. 9/9/81. 999. She was a divine being sent here to bring justice like a motherfucker. 999. Shame on them. Shame on Joe Biden. Shame on Joe Biden. Shame. Shame. Michael, is it Michael? Christopher Asher Ray. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. Okay? Christopher Asher Ray might have resigned as the director of the FBI so that he wouldn't be taken out. Okay? And she was murdered, that witchcraft, okay, ended her life this lifetime on 3/22/25 in Alexandria, Virginia. Okay? Born Jessica Diane Aber. And this is why I don't bring her picture up here often. This is why. Because it's fresh and I just don't get demons. You know what I mean? Just there's a demonic celebrity collective. This individual could have become a celebrity because they were taking your energy, destiny swapping with you. You're supposed to be the celebrity. You're supposed to be on stage with your poems, with your poetry, with your piano playing, with your lyrics, with your dance. You are supposed to be on stage with your art in the art gallery. You're supposed to be up there. Someone destiny swapping with you, a demonic celebrity. Again, I've mentioned a few of them. Someone's name could be Sean or Shauna, Sean, Seana, okay? On a 10 of Pentacles, okay? So a demonic spouse, or, I said demonic spouse was stealing. So for some of you, it was a demonic spouse. A demonic celebrity was definitely destiny swapping with you. And again, not all of you, but for at least one person in this energy, in this collective, there is a demonic celebrity somewhere. Okay? The name Monet Swan. Let's look up Monet Swan. Just trying to find information on her, like Wikipedia or something, so that I can give you additional information on her. That's all. Okay, nope, nothing. Okay. But Monet M. Swan, founder and president of Collaborative Expansion Foundation. Okay. Monet Swan. Let me show you a picture of her. I didn't know who she was until Divine brought her to my attention about 2 years ago. Okay. Monet Swan. Okay. All right. So somebody could be brown skinned and dye their hair blonde, knowing they ass ain't born with blonde hair. There's nothing wrong with dyeing your hair, but I'm just saying. Okay? The fakeism of Hollywood. The fakeism of Hollywood. Someone's chocolate, or chocolate is significant for some other reason at this time. It's starting to come out here. Where are we doing with time? 1 hour and 5 minutes. Divine, where else should we go with the reading before we close it out? Okay? Where else should we go in the reading before we close it out? Okay? Let's get some karmic energy cards. Okay? Let's take a look at some karmic energy. Baton Rouge investigators, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or some other part of Louisiana. Okay? In the live earlier today, someone was from Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi, I'm reminded of. Okay? Something about death row records, or literal penitentiary death row. Karmic energy, collapse of lies, karmic energy, collapse of lies. That's a lot. A cover-up, a bunch of cats. Something's going to be a surprise. It's going to go boom. Okay, your brain might go, wow, boom, right? There's something about a surprise coming in. Again, that definitely is. I don't think I've ever have yet to pull energy and in one reading have so many major arcana come out here that speak to abundance and prosperity and a new cycle and a new chapter and a new life and a new world and the fool's journey and your inheritance and the promise and the fulfillment and the, I don't remember one. Okay, so you about to be mind blown perhaps. Okay, about who was involved, is involved, who decided to come clean, any of that. Okay, any of that. Okay. All right. Karmic energy, karmic energy, karmic energy, karmic energy, karmic pills. Okay. Again, kidney transplant recipient, and I do not take even anti-rejection meds today. I take nothing and haven't for 2 years. When divine does something, divine does it completely. Completely. Okay? I don't know a human being who could go 2 years without taking anti-rejection meds for a kidney transplant and still be walking without any issues. I don't know. That could not be done probably. Okay? Without some type of healing anointing. Okay? So let's go ahead and place these in the stack real quick and I'll show them to you. Okay, as we pull them out of the stack, and then we'll get ready to, and then we'll go get ready to go. So you might need to get ready to go. Okay, you might need to get ready to go, collective. Okay, you might need to get ready to go. Okay, I have very little to pack, so when and should I ever need to just pick up and go, I can be ready in 10 minutes. Somebody's a dumb bitch. Okay, let's see if we can get some names. There's someone who has an undiagnosed illness. They're just sitting at home and just rotten because they don't want to go to the doctor. So, because they don't want anyone to know. They don't want anyone to see that, have the medical records. Okay, or they don't want the news because once you hear it, okay, so I mentioned advanced stage 4 cancer, right? So they could have an illness as serious as that, but they're just sitting at home and they just figure I'll just let it go. When I go, I'll go. Okay? I don't want anybody to know I got it. This could be a parent. I don't know why parents keep illnesses from their family. Someone's name could be Doris. Okay? So the dumb bitch tried to steal your money. I said, collective, the dumb bitch tried to steal your money. The name Crosby. Okay? On the gaslighter. I see you, Nikki, with your sorry ass. I see you, Lourdes. Okay. Someone could be a brown Puerto Rican, brown skinned Puerto Rican. Okay. As opposed to an olive skinned or lighter skinned Puerto Rican. Someone could be. Okay. Do I need to start again, investigators? Do I need to start again? Do I need to do another cord cutting so that you can stop watching me? Unless this is on this video. The only way you should be able to watch me is through the videos that I post on this video, on this YouTube channel. Okay? Or on Esoteric Guidance. Okay? You should not be spying on me or anyone else. You have confirmation that I'm not wicked, evil, deceitful, lying, manipulative, narcissistic, or anything else. You have proof of that. So if you're not watching me on the video, why the fuck are you watching me? Why the fuck are you watching us? Are you looking for something else? What are you looking for? Okay? Now you show up at the door and I punch you in the fucking mouth, what you gonna do? Okay? What you gonna do? What is this guy talking about? He can't whoop my ass. You show up and you try to fight an extraterrestrial and you see what the fuck happens. You show up and you try to fight an extraterrestrial and you see what the fuck happens. You will find out, motherfucker. You will find out. You will find out. Okay? You will find out. Okay? And I don't go to the gym. You will find out. Okay? Someone's coming in to relocate you. Collective. Take a look at the letters, investigators. QR, ZM, LC, and CC. Someone's name could be Christy. And then last name or a last name Campbell. Okay? First name could be Christy. Last name could be something else that starts with the C. Okay? Someone's middle name can be Charles. Somebody's a lying sack of shit. Alton or Brandy is a lying sack of shit. Also, Alethea or Alberta or Albert could be a lying sack of shit. First name, middle name, last name. Okay? Any of these names. Alton, Brandy, Alethea, or Alberta or Albert. Okay? One of these names is a lying sack of shit. Okay? All right. Maybe that's why they haven't reached out to you, collective. Randy. Okay? Randy, Randall. Dare somebody name their child Randita or some crazy ass, right? Randy has anxiety. Randy could be a Sagittarius, or Randy has anxiety because of a Sagittarius. Okay? Something like Natalie Holloway. Something's like Natalie Holloway. Someone has silicone implants. They could have got these silicone implants, collective. Somebody could have got these silicone implants with your dollars. Okay? Somebody could have gotten silicone implants with your money. Okay? I hope it was worth it. Okay? And the women in prison, it could be a man who got them. The women in prison will get to enjoy them. Okay? Joyce, Jessica, Heather. Okay? Investigators, Joyce, Jessica, and Heather is being hung out like a piece of meat. Okay? That's what's going to happen to them. Okay? Or this is what's going to happen to their perpetrators. Okay? So if Joyce is a victim of a situation like Natalie Holloway, Jessica, or Heather, okay, the perpetrators will be hung out like a piece of meat. Or, again, these could be the perpetrators, collective investigators. So when you show up to the door, when you show up to the door, investigators, show us your ID. Have it already out. have it already out. Because I guarantee you, any knock at my door who's not the owner of this building, before I touch the lock to unlock the door, I'm already engaged. Okay, you could be about to get engaged, collective. Something about East London, okay? London, England, okay? So someone lives in England or from England, has that English accent, okay? It sounds so great, okay? East London, or there's some other significance about London. London could obviously be someone's name. Someone else could be East. I saw Clint Eastwood out here. I didn't say anything, so there we go. Pill popper, okay? Xanax or something else, okay? Next, Evelyn, Erica, Elena, Eleanor, okay? We got these out here recently too. Okay, someone's an imposter. The father is covering for him or her, okay? Investigators, there is a father out here covering for their son or daughter, okay? There is a father out here covering for their son or daughter, okay? The daughter could be any one of these names. The daughter could be Erica. The son could be Eric, okay? Any of these names that have come out here. The father could be covering for Quentin. The father could be covering for Joyce, Jessica, Melinda, Heather. Any of the names that have come out here, okay? Divine, is there anything else before we go? We are at 1 hour and 16 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, Divine's like, no, I think that's it. Okay, so collective, thank you so much as always for tuning in. Again, my name is Nehru. I am an extraterrestrial earth angel, a light worker, a Gaia beacon born on the 333rd day of the year. I carry 3 blood filters, one in the front, lower right, okay, that was inputted on 7/7/17. The other 2 are the native kidneys that this body was birthed with, okay? Thank you so much as always for tuning in, and be encouraged.